Well, hello, and welcome. This is Julian with the Jewel Design, and I have a mess on my desk. That's okay. That's the whole point. So today I'm taking you through the process of starting a new project and the hemming, hawing, and whatnot of figuring it out, and we're going to start stacking it, prepping it, and going through it, sharing some stuff that's in the new stuff that's in the shop, and utilizing what I think may work. So, as you can see, I have a number of my kits sitting here on top. I've got an envelope kit, digital kit, that I think might be useful as we're going along. I got to see if any of these will match, can be folded in and cut, or at least eyeball them and go like, oh, that'd be really pretty tucked inside, what we're working on. So there's that. These pages are all papers from my digital side. And these are all things that we are going to use to cluster. Whatever I don't use will get used inside the journal itself. I think there's going to be a combination of pages, including some of my porch prints that I've bought, to make a somewhat, naked journal, meaning it doesn't have a lot of decor in it. We're going to put a lot of it on top. So these are all vertical, so these would not be used, except to maybe help, actually the vertical would be really easy to help cover some of the envelopes. Actually, the verticals would be great to help cover the envelopes. So maybe we'll use those. Maybe we will use those and save the horizontal to go inside. Pick and choose some of these to go inside the journal. We are going to do a standard 9x6 journal, or around a 9x6 cover. These are also in the same concept, so I'm wondering if I've got some generics. Now, these are all collage pages that are sitting in my digital side of the shop under our Jewel Design. Let's see. I do have horizontal ones that we might cluster, and then keep some of the keep the horizontal ones for the book. Use the vertical for the collaging of the ordeals. Those are pretty. I always love when I have nice basics, right? So we have horizontal and vertical in either direction. And then, this is a collage kit. That's a rose letter kit. And then I have a green one, but I will put all the links down below because I don't remember the naming conventions of any of these. So this is a perfectly horizontal kit. This is one before I started doing anything vertical. But these are pretty greens and beiges and creams. A little bit of a minty teal. But these, again, are really great for... They're already collaged, but we're going to collage them some more, of course, to cover up what we need. So, alright, so these are potential papers that we're going to use. Gosh, it's a mess. And that's why I'm bringing you along. It's a mess today. It's not really going to be a super clean how-to video because I am just throwing it together. Not a tutorial. A craft and chat on this early Saturday morning. Midnight for some. You might see it later Saturday morning, and I am still sort of even in my PJs. I just thought, you know what? I got to start another project. Got to get another video going. So we're going to run with it. I mean, coffee and all, right? I'm trying to make myself a mocha. My voice is a little off. I've been a little under the weather trying to pick up my youngest's head cold. Trying really hard. Or my body's trying, and of course I'm fighting it. I'm like, no, not doing this. So we'll keep the liquid going. Alright, so plenty of pages to cluster, collage, and cut up with. Okay. We are going to use, we will put this on top of fabric cover. I have a couple fabric kits left over in the shop under the design journal and supply shop. We debated. We found a bunch of fabrics at the thrift store. I fell in love with them. Thought, oh well, let's share them. I don't need all of this. It takes me forever to make these, and I haven't done a fabric cover. It feels like forever. I mean, I can't say it. The purple kit. We did take the taupey. We did take, which I think I only had one set in there at the time. But we took this brown taupe based tapestry thicker cover and, designed it with purple and made a gorgeous little 5x7 purple journal. But we do have fabric kits that have your two pieces of fabric and the batting to let you sew it together. Now, or you could just glue it. You could glue it all onto press board, roll it around. You can glue it all together or you can sew it however you see fit. Not everybody has a sewing machine, and that's okay. You get press board, you can glue the batting to the press board, then you put your fabric on top of that. There's the front of your cover, and then on the inside you cover that same press board with a second piece of paper, or a second piece of fabric. But yeah, you can do it with paper too. So you can put the batting to somewhere else and do a tissue cover. Like, there's so many things, but we give you some pieces to make a number, you know, make a cover and however fits you best. So I'm using today, because I'm in love with this. I know it's green and gold. That's why I picked the ones that I did. Was that I have this kit in stock. This is the wrong size. This was my mishap, so it's going to be a vertical at some point. We've got this green with this gold. It's sort of a Y pattern. In the shop, I think we have 2 of those. And I'm using the green today because I do have a piece that is close to a 9x6. It's actually probably too big. So we get to cut that down when I'm all said and done. I get to make this however I need. I mean, yeah, this piece is like 8.5 on its own. 8.5 one way. And 10 by something the other way. So I have plenty of room to make a nice 6x9 cover with this one. And I'm using this, which I think briefly we had in it. I think this is what was with the taupe to sell. This will probably go back out closer to the holidays again. With what other fabrics we come across. I love this one too. This is one of my favorites. So we're using the gold accents, beige and green, to go with all of those papers I just found. And we'll make a fabric cover. I will probably use the batting. I'll have to decide, because of the heaviness, whether I'm going to put press board with batting on top and the fabric, and just cover the inside, you know, cover the inside of the press board with the gold fabric or not. So we'll have to see if that's what I do. But this one is in the shop. It's big enough to do, 9x6. You can flip it around and cut it the other way to make it a vertical. Not a problem. You prefer verticals. And then there's this one. And it's our burgundy one. And this is great. I mean, I think for a late summer, definitely a warm summer, floral cottage quilt, or not quilt, gosh, cover, or an early fall, late fall, and it comes with this golden red backing. So that one's one of my other favorites. Absolutely love it. So we'll see. You know, not everybody likes fabric or can work with it, so we haven't put as much in there. But I know there's gonna be more. You know, whether they're pre-made or whether they are, you know, ready for you to do. So those kits are in the shop. So today I said I am using one of them, or parts of one of them, to get this up and running. So to do that though, so if we wanted a standard 9x6, 9 tall, 6 deep, pretty standard, because when you fold your papers, your papers when it's trimmed are about 5.5 wide, and they're only about 8 or so tall. So a 9x6 gives you that excess, so that you keep everything covered, even with lace and stuff off the edge of the paper. It all sort of sits inside the cover. So a 9x6 is here. So we know about this. It's about this wide. So we know that covers. And I'm thinking about it. 9 talls down here. So yes, this would totally fit right on top of the cover. Now, almost exactly on top of the cover. This right now perfectly covers the top of our cover, which is fine because I don't have to decorate it. The whole point is I want to do a stackable envelope topper that's going to have sort of that flip-flop feel, but we're not going to try to put a journal in this, right? We're just going to put bags and tags and journal cards in here. This is going to have a lot of our decor, and it's going to open and close, and it's going to glue down to the cover. Then inside the cover, we're going to have a semi-naked journal. We have a lot of journal pages, things to look at, pretty things. I have plenty of eco-dyed. Like I said, in my Porch Prints has a whole kit of antique-y, distressed, just printed pages that or digital pages that you can print. So when you just want to fill in, if you can't get a hold of eco-dyed papers or coffee-dyed papers, she has a digital kit that I bought because I was like, I don't always want to have to deal with it. But between the two, I can put a 64, 100-page, journal in here easily and not have to worry about it. So according to the size of the journal itself, then I have plenty of fabric here to make it flat, or I could make it a 1-inch spine and to put two. I mean, I have room here. There's plenty of fabric here to even cover cardstock or a press board with a spine. So the goal is that this can't be any bigger. This is really it's going to be tight, but it's going to fit right down on our cover, nice and stout, and the cover will hold its weight. So that is the goal there. So good to know I looked at it to make sure. I hate to do all this and find out it doesn't fit. But I mean, because what happens if you make the cover too big and your papers inside just seem too small, it feels like a lot of extra fluff to get the pages to sort of expand to fit a little bit better to the cover. So that's ever fun. But I do have enough here to make even a spine, you know, a spine on the cover, so I can get 2 signatures, or because 100 pages is a lot to put in one signature, way too much. So even if I went 20 or 25 pieces of paper, that makes it 100 each. So yeah, I don't need, what, 10, 15 pages each. 15 times 4 is 60, so it makes it 120, you know, 2 signatures makes it 120 page journal forever type deal, right? Totally worth it. So, okay, so we're going to start today with the concoction here of our topper. So what I was thinking is we would have a number of things. We have a small envelope that's going to have a little coin envelope in it. These are some of our newbies. With this beautiful light craft paper. Love it. And we have a coin purse kit. That's in 3 sizes. And so it goes from here to here, and then a larger one. So, or a much taller one. It's like 8 inches, I think, tall with the flap included. So, these are absolutely wonderful. So we're going to be using some of those in this ordeal. But I figured we could have a yellow envelope here. It's going to be our top flap. And we are going to glue this down, but we're going to, of course, fold down the flap. And then I have a large tag I think we're going to decorate, or at least cover. And we're going to make it a tuck here. No, other way, yeah. We'll do it the other way around. But yeah, still. We'll move it over. And we'll tuck it this way. You have this glued down. So we have a pocket here, glued down. A tuck here. On an envelope that opens up. That has a tuck space there. Okay. Then that one opens up. And this will be all covered. This will be sort of how we tip it in, but we're going to cover all of this. Now, these envelopes have gold on the inside, which is a perfect accent to, of course, the fabric. So we don't want to cover up any of the gold. But this will be an open pocket here. So when we cover this, it'll help reinforce it. And then this looks open, but I think we're going to close this side down. We're going to close this side, have it just a tuck here, because we're going to have this hidden tuck here. I think we're going to glue it all down on the sides. And we're going to tuck, flip, tuck, hidden tuck, open, a tuck here, a large tuck here, but then another flip out here. So we're going to bring this in just a little bit, right? So it's just sort of fun, or the journal card will fit underneath this nice and large. It'll sit in here. This will help keep it in place. And this one will have a envelope on top. So there's a pocket here. Could go double pocket, but we'll see. Maybe I do. Where you can tuck behind it and tuck inside it. And it opens up, of course, with one more tuck. So there's going to be a lot of pockets, or not, I shouldn't say tuck, but pockets. Pockets everywhere. One way or another. So this one needs to be dual. We need to cover this, but we also need to cover this. So what we may do is put one strip here, sort of underneath, and then we'll do a secondary one that helps glue this down. So we'll see a strip somewhere. There'll be a strip here of you know, paper. Because I don't think I could do. I mean, I could say the problem is I can't go that far in, so that's why I know it has to stick out a little bit, and I'm trying to decide. I think originally my thought was to not be able to see it here, but that's no fun. I feel like it needs to be seen. So we're just gonna have to put a strip of paper, and then we're just going to do another strip of paper to help hide and keep this reinforced downward. I love the color of the goldish. I love the cream, the taupe here. So this all goes really well with the fabric. So we're going to, you know, we're going to decollage the papers and glue it down, ink things so we can see some of these lovelies. And then, of course, ink the white and make sure that you know, paper gets covered and really does its job. So we're going to hit that pop of color where we can. Now, the only thing is we have a lot of white here, so we'll probably put some paper here and here so that all we see is the gold. Because I really don't want to see, you know, white more than necessary. Okay, so that is my thought process to this lovely flip-flop. As best as I could. I started out, I think I had a different plan for this, and when I went back to look at it, I couldn't remember what it was. So I had to start making messes out of it, right? So I think for the most part, we can glue most flaps down, big flaps, so that I have my foundations, and then we are going to panel over each one once it's glued down, so I know exactly what I need to cover. As you see, there's a lot of things with our names on it. It's super cute. My daughter's name, my name. I think this one even has Jolene and family. So like, right, I don't throw them away. Like, I know I'm going to cover them, so what's the point? And this one is going to get perfectly glued down. So I may run a little something over that. But that one's going to get perfectly flat glued down. You're never going to see the back of it. It's going right onto the cover. So we're all good to go. And what we might do is definitely make sure maybe some lace underneath this. Oh, that would cover the paper, I don't know, I'll put lace on it, but maybe not. We may want to put lace over things when we're done. So it sticks out a little bit, but I don't want to cover I don't want to cover what little fabric we can see on the front cover, but you will be able to see on the back. I almost want to flip that around. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. I'm like, no, I don't know. Do I put the gold on top or put the green on top? Because if we're going to cover the green, I can make this a little smaller if I trimmed everything. Okay, guys, hold on. I need a piece of paper. I am starting to wonder. Just a little. I don't want to make this too big and then scrap paper. Scrap paper. What? I didn't know what to do with the fabric I just had in my hands. Wow, I lost the fabric. Oh, I put it over there. Yeah, I lost the fabric. That doesn't surprise me, right? So I want to see some of this green. I love the gold on the inside. It'll make the it'll accent the papers inside. But this puppy, if we only go 9, which is here. Haha, I know. Let's see. Let's see if I can makeshift this a little bit on the inside. You are going to see the process today. It just is. So that's sort of 9 right there, okay, where the top of the paper clip is. And I'm so done. Okay. See me now? Yes, okay. So right here, the paper clip is my 9. And we need 6 wide. Okay. We know for sure. Over here. So that's why I said I was doing this. Give or take. Alright, so it's only this wide and it's only this tall. So that our papers, when folded, right? So let's say this is one of them. What I've already done all the trimming, right? On this paper, I've already done the trimming. So when you have your thing in here and it's sewn into the 9x6, this one definitely 6 is really long. I think, let's see, am I off? Yeah. So if it's sewn right here up against, there's plenty of gap here. You can see that there's plenty of top and bottom for 9x6 because each paper is a little different on how it does. But it's sewn right here on the edge, whatever the deal is, spine or not, with your paper, and there's this much extra. So that is a lot. But a 9x6 piece, 9x6 when sewn, rolled around, you know, it's only 12. You tighten it up. You can make it a little bit more or less, but this definitely leaves us room to put all kinds of pretty fabrics and lace on the edges, and it won't stick out to such a point where it gets damaged. So this definitely covers anything extra you want to put on the outside. And that's after hemming and wrapping it around and everything else. So if I put the padding down and I wrap it around, no, you have to take that into consideration too. So yeah, maybe a little smaller. 9x6 is the gist of it. It may end up being, 5.5. Because this paper, when done, yeah, it's 5.5, and that's 6. I'm looking at it right now. This edge right here is 6. Okay, well, no, there's definitely plenty of room. Okay, 9x6. So, I'll probably leave that there. So, either way, what I'm wondering though is that this whole kit and caboodle here, well, you see it, but it's going to be tight. Like, it's going to be left to right is not a lot of room. There's more room top and bottom. I'm just wondering, this would be the time, right, to trim a little bit top and bottom before I glue anything down, or we glue it, knowing that these are pretty middle. Sorry about the address. I should go fix that. Hold on. I need to, there we go. Let's cover it back up. I mean, it's a doctor's office, but still. There we go. I can trim it here. The problem is it still doesn't mean it's any wider left and right. It just gives us more room to see more of the grain top and bottom. And likely we're gonna lose more of this. So what I'm wondering is if I could. What do I have in there? What is tight? Are they glued together? Oh, they are. I did glue them into each other, I think. Or so. Well, I glued them over there. Try to see if I could bring this in a little bit, but it's tight. But then it's almost equal with each other, so that's no fun. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, hold on. Because I think I left it out there, but I think I have some more room. Oh, it's right there on the edge. So, I'm trying to figure this out. I want to give a little bit more room so we could see the lovely fabric underneath. It is sort of our inspiration and our jump off point. But then we see less and less of everything else. Which I don't need this big, don't get me wrong, it's huge. Here, let's move this out of the way. I glued some of the stuff already in place, so that is sort of the problem. Let's see. Let's see if I can bring it in a little bit. Gives us a little bit more potential. Not that I can't trim things off and reseal them. It's just not on my top 10 list. I didn't want to try to do that if I could help it. These two are already sealed together, which is why... So I'm going to do it on the edge so you had a tuck. You get to watch the process. I hope you're all doing well. Like I said, not a tutorial in any way. I am just using, using junk mail. The best way to put it is junk mail, and it's not. A lot of these are, well, that one is a envelope for a bill. Most of these are things that just came, in gifts and that time of the year. So even if I could do a little more, yeah, it's still not much. It's going to have a really thin. I brought it in some, and now we got to, really cover that paper up. Made it tighter, but I don't know if it helped at all. Trying to see, which means this definitely has to stick. We want it to stack here so you see it. That way we see everybody's pieces. Where it's there, a little here, all the way. And I think we need to do is what we should do, and we can do a little bit of both so it's not one side or the other, is once I get the bases back here glued down, we should trim this up to where it is even here so that there's no gap there because it is straight across the top, and take a smidge off the top so that, we don't really lose one side or the other before we glue the little guys on. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. Right? I don't know. Trying to adjust. You're trying to make it to fit what you have. I always tell my girls that don't design by what you think you might want. Design with what you have, because sometimes it doesn't work so well. Okay. So right now we definitely... here we go again. Ugh. Me and my inability to... I'm definitely working stuff off the fly, trying to get this to work, and it is not... Well, I do have it straight for up here, so what we do is, by using that, we are definitely finding a flat space and trying to make the most of that from what it may be. And everything's getting covered, so I might even, with whatever I put here... It's going to get glued down. I wonder if I need to put a little something underneath before I fully glue it down. Put a little underneath and wrap it to the back to reinforce this. Even though we're not going to see it, we're going to want to wrap whatever paper here towards the back to make it work. So when we glue stuff down, we'll glue down to a point, but not all the way, so I can tuck paper in there, and then I can finish gluing it down. That way we have some room to maneuver. Yeah, I think so. And then we can glue edges all together. Okay. Right. Now, because this is, it won't be open, it's going to be here, but we do want, again, I have some paper, I think I have some things to cover, because I don't want you guys to look in and see that. Oh, that's no fun. We don't want to be seeing that. We're going to need to put some stuff over some of these things, because whoever's buying it is not buying it for Sammy and Lizzie, my girls. Okay, we need to, I had that paper, what did I do with it? I have some very base pieces here that will be perfect for that inside area. That, even on the vertical end there we go. I may still need that to cover these guys. So we are, gluing it down, cutting it, gluing it down, and cutting it. Okay. Ink first. I put a new, oh, that's a black one. Wrong kit. Oh, that'd be bad. I'm all wrong project all together. Oh, yeah, the black and white. That's interesting right now. So I went to finally sew it together because I could not take the looseness of it anymore. I think I got all the base pieces taken care of. I still have some decorating and stuff to do, but I have a new blotter. I couldn't take the openness of it anymore, and so okay, that one's fine. I went ahead and, you know, sewed it together. First I just did 2 holes, thinking, well, you know, however I cover it or wrap around it can add that 3rd hole, but it wasn't staying loose enough. It was very weird. Or it wasn't tight enough. So I was like, okay, well, that doesn't work. I need to not, you know, have that going on. So I did the 3 holes, and I went to put it in, and putting the 32-page naked journal in it in the middle of the waterfall, yeah, not such a good idea. It made the first 6 panels, or front and back 12 panels, but the first 6 pieces stand straight up. Will not fold down. Because those first panels are shorter, right? So they sort of pop up. They're not weighted down. They're nothing. So I was like, wait, that's a problem. Like, come on. So I'm like, shoot, what are we going to do here, right? Well, the other thing I could do is when it was done, oops, sorry, the way. I could cover all the way across and not worry about that bump. But since we even have over here multiple, I think we're going to have a layer wrapped around, and we're going to have a layer here. I'm going to definitely keep things separated. Okay, we're going to have lots of collage to give it dimension and whatever. All right, so yeah. So I realized that I was going to have to take out the signatures. Why they don't really add signatures to waterfalls. Waterfalls are its own thing. And, you know, it's, what do we see? 6 pieces of paper and a half, so it's like 24 pages. It's not like it's, what's the word? Without its writing space. I mean, every panel has a backside that's writable. Every single panel. So I am stoked about that. I am happy with that. I know that, okay, that's going to get used somewhere. We are definitely, you know, you have 12 pages to write on, 24 pages that, or 12 pages that are decorated, but most of them have, you know, I'd have, say, half of them, at least 6 of them, have something on them that you're writing on. They have something tucked into them that's going to be written. So I thought, well, that's, you know, a good start, right? It's a looky-loo waterfall with potential for writing. So at this point, I think we have, you know, a separate journal. Like, I'm going to have this little naked journal with a pretty little cover that'll match the waterfall. I think that's how that's going to work right now. I went, oh, okay, that wasn't what I expected, but we can run with this, right? Because I don't know what else to do. I can't get the extra writing space in there. It won't allow me to. So now I've got to figure out what kind of really cool way of a wrap cover to go around it instead of doing the big old I think instead of doing a large cover that may or may not hold it down, I think we're going to do like a really wide belly band type thing that'll tie on one end to sort of keep it closed. So you can see a lot of the prettiness, but still sort of keeps it together. So yeah, we've had to have some shifting moments. So what I'm thinking here is maybe we'll just glue down, right, the spot and cut it. Or do I want to be really nitpicky about it? Because I just know I can't. Nothing is straight. Like, I know nothing is going to be perfect. And I figured you have this one here, and we could do this one here. So if you happen to look in, you would see a little bit of color whatever we tucked in, but it wouldn't be distracting. I'm just trying to figure out. Let me cut off the edges so that I know for sure maybe I can line it up and I'm not guessing with white lines everywhere. I don't want to do anything too major like distressing it, or do I? Wow, guys, I'm really indecisive today. I'm prepped but not prepped for this video. It is what it is. It's Saturday morning craft. It is a craft chat, craft along, work a project, making the most of it, giving you something else to look at. You know, whatever inspiration, sorry, that's loud, and just working our way through it. So, I don't want to fold this in half, but let's see, how low, how over, oh, that's the wrong direction, huh? I need it wide, and so, guess I could do it after the fact, but I don't want to do it after the fact. Well, that's the end, is not, yeah, see the things I need the deckled. Oh, that'd be less wasted paper. What am I saying? Alright. So how much do I need? double this, right? I was like, wait a minute, how much do I need? Then I know where to fold it and where to cut it. I don't want the fold, too much of the fold in it. But I was like, well, wait a minute, if I only need so much, then I don't even need probably all of that. But it's easier when you're putting things in and out if you are not, what's the word? Like catching it on an edge. So full coverage is okay, not the end of the world. Then I can really, you know, leave that open and enjoy the possibility of all of it. There we go. All my cutters are having conniption fits lately, I noticed. Nothing wants to cut very cleanly right now. There we go. I hope you're all well. I hope you are... I don't know if my cat, that second cat was inside the house. Yeah, that's been a disaster. Anyway. But yeah, Saturday morning craft, and we're going to get this going. Okay, so I need that back, don't I? My big thing is trying not to do things anything upside down, right? So here is the inside upper part where we may or may not see it. I got that end distressed and ink it real quick, and that is right on the outside. So if I distress that, click that, and then I can take off the edges. We're clustering, we're plotting. There is no decor. There's nothing major going on today. It is figuring out how to cover this to get the base started, like we did with our stackable bag. With, yes, the same thing. We're like, one moment it's totally organized, and the next moment it's not. Once I get going, I can get more organization going with this and be able to worry about it. Alright, so it's not going to the bottom. Don't need to ink the bottom where we can't see it, but we just want to make sure it's covered enough, but it doesn't catch. So all I have to do is pick a spot down here so I know where I want to trim it. Fold it to see and then trim. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. My first scrap for the project. First of any, right? You know how this goes. Alright. Got it into what you can see is here, and we are definitely going to use our glue stick to get this started. So much quicker, easier. Won't warp. I don't think it bends things as much. Sometimes too much glitter glue is thick and it's great, but it does ripple things a little bit. And since we just want to cover, paneling all over again, right? Here we go again. I just wanted to cover enough so that you don't see writing, and you know, it has its own effects. And all this is going to be glued down here, so you can't see a lot into it. You just want to see enough. Oh, yeah, I left all my stuff outside. It's been a few days since I worked on the black and white a little bit, but actually I did a lot after the last video, guys. I went to town and finished all the things and got things glued down, and I debated on doing a video. I may do a real quick of just flipping through it, but still a few panels to do actually decor on. That way you had nothing else going on like the first two panels. It's a lot of decor. Alright, so that's covered so that we don't see Lizzie when we sort of stick something in there. And let's do this one. So how far in do I need to go? Let's see. We are right to that silly little line right here. You can sort of see. So can't see that one down there. Sort of a bummer. I started going, maybe I'll go the other way, because I don't want to really waste that, and it's going to sit in the bottom of the whole kit and caboodle. So let's just take off the white on this other side. Okay, and this is about the right width. I don't need to go, I can have it sort of angle. I put some more distressed ink on it, and I don't have to have it go through the whole width. And I can even just sort of cut it right here. I mean, I could cut it. Oh, I don't even need all that. What am I saying? Even better, because I don't have to go to here, so I can go right outside that red line. It leaves me plenty of this extra piece here to do a backing or something to, let's just do that. There we go. We're just trying to cover this enough, and then that'll help us start the other half, I think, of the ordeal that we were messing with, we were worried about, because when this is covered, perfect. So this is going to be glued down, And we were just going to try to tuck this page in here a little bit so we can let it overlap before I glue it down, so that has a nice clean. We don't want too much panel here, I don't think. So I'm going to ink it just to be on the safe side, though. We want things to cover everyone somewhat seamless, seamless when we can, and of course pretty deckled fun edges when we have to see it. We have some texture and dimensions. So I am going to do a little bit more inking here, even though seeing inside may or may not show. And gluing on the sides, I just realized you're not going to see a whole lot because me and my gluing, I'm a little wide, which is fine because it's a really big journal card to put in here. A lot of big journal cards to make. Oh my goodness, got some for the black and white kit. That I was like, oh, well, that's gonna be fun. A lot of really big journal cards. We made all these lovely pockets and envelope flips on a black and white journal and a waterfall journal, and I have to fill those. I was like, oh, that's gonna take a little bit of time. Okay, so this time I'm gonna do the paper when I glue it because I realized that I'm not going to the edges. It's okay if you get a little glue in the middle of your pocket because you are covering it up. I hope all is well. I can't believe we are now officially past the halfway mark of May. The kids have 13 more physical days of school, which is crazy. They don't have much more time. It is just crazy. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So they are working on, which, finals for one of them is starting to get to her. The projects are. She's like, I can't grasp that one, or I don't know if I want to do that project, or I feel like I'm the only one working on it. My teammates are waiting for me, and I'm like, oh well, speak up, dear. Going, this is all I've got. What are we doing, people? Shouldn't be all on you. But she was a little stressed out this morning. I'm like, just breathe, get through today. We'll get through. We'll chat out the rest of it. Hopefully today we are going to her college that she wants to go to. They're doing an art show, and so we're hoping that we get to go, so she gets to see one of the buildings. It's actually the architectural building for the campus that they're doing. They're in the exhibition of the art show in, I remember not going all the way out. For everybody who's done their, projects this year, their finals, their projects for the 2024 school year or 23-24 school year, they're working on. So they get to show that off, which is super cool. So of course I want her to go see it because I want her to get a feel for what they might accomplish, what could be accomplished, I should say. I think it'd be really cool, right? So, that is the goal there. So I did leave a little bit open on purpose so that, give or take, so we can tuck in the paper and then finish gluing it down. Then we can glue this and have a nice clean ordeal. But in the meantime, we now have our first pocket, and I need to do the top. And it's clean inside. It doesn't have any remnants of either junk mail or personal greeting card ordeals, which is the whole, hope there. Ugh. Okay. I don't mind showing my name because it's me, but all right. So in this case, I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of thumb notches this time. This is just going to be a nice clean piece that goes in here. And I'm not going to stress out about, oops, let's get that going. Knowing that there's something going on there. We can see it, or I can always put lace on the card, and so it's there. Like ways to make it stand out and make it doable. Sometimes I worry. Glitter glue is supposed to be really good, but man, it's not that hard to pull apart if you really want to. Yeah, I don't like when it doesn't want to stick. It's like it only takes so much, and then I was like, nope, I don't want to. Now my cutting board I have to go find, because I don't think the other one I normally use I'm not going to do because it's too thick and it won't cut through. I will mess it up. Jeez, messy. So let's cut the bottom so we have a nice clean square. So wait, and then I can re-ink it, because like I said, right now this sticks up higher and this is perfectly flush. So let's get this flush on the bottom see how we're doing. But I think that we can still strip pretty evenly underneath. Like I said, I don't think we're going to do a thumb notch here. We might do a thumb notch here. I don't see doing one here because we are sticking something else here. So, and this is a pretty big, like you're going to see the card here. You are going to be able to see, I think, the goodies inside. So I don't think needing to put thumb notches is going to be a huge deal this round. Because we are going to be able to see a lot of what is sticking out. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go trim the bottom off of this because my cutter is on the other side of the space. And I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, we're already 40 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly. So I can't see anything there. I'm looking to see if we have openings. Because when I sliced it, see, pretty clean. It actually it cut like butter. But I think, my butter may have sliced a few things open. So we're just gonna do a little reinforcing where we think necessary. Because not everything is, yeah. I'm like, yep. It's not too bad because it is, but we're not wrapping anything around it to like cover it. So you're gonna see the base. I'm gonna try to get those next few pieces glued in for you guys. So you can see the base, see the potential without all these paper clips to get the point across. Oh, that's a lot of glue. Oops, a lot more came out of that than I expected. Well, that's fine. It means it's gonna. I wanted to show you guys some new product too, so we will try to do that really quickly here. All right, so that's good. That looks all right. All right. So then with this one, I don't mind this on here because we have to cover this. So this one, I think we're gonna go lower on this one. So that way we have room when we tuck something in here, it can stick up because it's going to be out here, right? So it's going to glue here on top of whatever I cover it with to tuck something in. That's going to be tucked over, up and out and all that jazz. So I'm thinking, yeah, no, I'm like not liking that. Yeah. I mean, it's a brand new thing, but I don't have a wet, if I had a wet cloth, I would totally use it. I'm like, I had a wet cloth, I'd use it. I have nothing wet right now. So I'm thinking a little low. And the reason why we're doing these first is so that, yes, the next paper we put down here covers that flap. Because we want to hide all the tips. Everything you want to tip in. So the goal is actually going to be something like this for this outside one. Don't know if I'll keep this on here. Because if I cover this up completely as a tag tuck, I don't need the string. But okay, so that's going to go there. But now it's glued down. Okay. And this gets cut. This is another one, so I can cut this off to make it a nice clean. Now this is black. Oh, I didn't think about that when I was doing it. Don't like that. All right, there goes my other piece of paper. We don't want the black. I didn't catch that, and that would have been a lot easier to put in there if I hadn't done that. And there's no, not really. A little bit. All right. Well, that's what glue's for. But I just realized that the other ones are plain, so I didn't think anything of it. But here, we are definitely think we're going to cut off these flaps because I do not need them for anything, right? I don't need them. They're in the way of trying to get in and out of the pocket. I know, more black, but it also means I don't have to try to tuck that in there. I can. There we go. Alright, so we need something brighter than this. Nope, this isn't going to work for me. Well, that is not going to be enough. We need something nice and solid. I see some pretty teal. That might be big enough. I just need enough to tuck in. You're not going to be able to get very wide. Still blocking it, huh? And yeah, well, we're going to cover this. You're not going to be able to see it. It's just getting it in here far enough that I am looking for a chunk of something to cover that with. You won't be able to see here much if I do it. There's a big old chunk of that. I could rip that off and tuck it in there. And that'll work. Okay. Let's just stick to the rip that I see, right? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? I wasn't thinking. I didn't catch that. Oh. I mean, I can re-glue. It's not the end of the world. I guess we better check the rest of those. I mean, because it's gold on the inside. I wasn't thinking anything of it. And the other gold one is like a perfect, I think it's all gold all the way through. So, like, you know, it's more of a imitation card. Got it from something, probably. Okay, so we need it all the way up. Ink it, rip it, tuck it in, make the most of it. Oh, jeez. I always worry about the inside of the envelope. Sometimes you need, and because it is a payment envelope type of deal, it wants to be, you know. And I'm always distressing it because I can't help myself. It's a default. I would like some of the roses. I would really, if we're going to do this and it's yellow and it's pretty, we're going to try and cover this quite well. I'll make sure there's enough there. Alright. Alright, so what I want to do is while I'm working on this, I think I'm going to lay out some stuff that I have new in the shop so you guys can look at it at the same time. Haha. Talk about it while I'm working, right? So, we put some new appliques in the shop. We're really stoked about that. And actually, there we go. You can see that one. I have a beautiful new gold single 2-inch gold embroidered applique. It's actually embroidered, not lace. I didn't think about that till right now. It has that lace feel, right? Embroidered lace, crocheted lace with satin and pearl, about 2-inch round. And then I have a cream or off-white. It's satin, it's tulle, it's the embroidered lace crochet. It's about 3 inches long with pearls on it. Loving it. Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. Couldn't get the other ones replaced. The peach and whatnot appliques we had. Thought we'd try something else. Keep it rotating. We may go back to those once I can get a hold of them again. Vendors are picky sometimes. That's what's in stock. So those are in. I think I put that in Friday. This was in this morning. So hopefully it's there when you show up. If not, give it a moment. I will get back to it. I did not cut that straight enough. Well, I can do what I do with everything else. Trim and glue. Maybe we'll do it that way. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we have the new appliques. We're really stoked about that. I am going to tuck this in there where I think I want it, and then I'm going to glue it down, because doing it the other way is super messy, and trying to get something in here after the fact as it is going to be doing bad enough. So, alright, I'm going to have to trim off one side or the other, but so yeah, we have new appliques. I have a bunch of new charms in the kit. Sort of one-offs, you know, something I found, thought was really cute. We'll see how they do. If you guys are in love with them, you'll have to tell me. And I'll try to keep them in stock. They are variety, so that's things, there's never an exact on the new charms. We have new clocks and gears. So the next set is sort of a steampunky, whimsical feel. This is one of the 3 sets of our clocks. There's 12 in there. They arrange all kinds of cute little things. Can you even see them? Yeah, okay. Sort of. You may have to zoom in. So sorry, I don't know. I'll pick some of them up in a moment. But, yeah, they are adorable. Not adorable, but I love them. They're really cool. They're very whimsical. Alice in Wonderland, steampunk, a little geary. So they have a feel of the gears. They're not perfect on the gear end, but they got that feel going on. So that is super cool. There we go. So we have the charm. We have a new set of charms. We have these clocks. We have skeleton keys, which again in different sets. Different sets in different amounts because they're not exact. I mean, you know, everything you just do the best you can to even it out when you're making it. You're like, oh, yeah, that works. Okay, so let's re-glue this down. I guess we're just going to use the glitter glue now because I've made a mess, so I can't get the glue stick in there again. Not happening. Alright. And we're going to fold it. We're going to really press down and fold because we have that paper that now sticks in. So luckily I am covering the outside so we will not see that black through there. Because I just realized that is annoying. Okay. So there we go. Something pretty and rosy. So when we put something in here, 6 out or not, it's good. We'll cover this. We'll cover this. Right? So anyway, we have these pretty appliques. Okay? Single appliques. They're going to be in the shop just like this. Really excited. Oh my god, I'm all happy with my new stuff. Oh my god, I'm so happy with the new things. Okay, so that's done. That, I need to stick. So that opens up, right? This is sealed. This side is sealed. This side is open. So I will probably put a hole punch. This one we will put a hole, a thumb notch in because it is tighter. And this will be sealed because we have this now, right? We're going to have a nice large pocket right here. And then it opens up and we are going into a pocket here. And we have one more thing to add here. Yes. Upside down. Which again, we probably should cover this before. Well, no, so I think we'll glue it in at first into the flap, and then I can cover things up and put it back down. We'll do that smart. Yeah, I'm like, no, trying to figure this out along the way. And you have to think your way through this. So we have new clocks. Look them up. There's 3 different sets, all 12 each. They're all a little different. And then we have the skeleton keys, which are very much a variety. These are the ones I had left over. These are an idea of what we have, but definitely look at the photos. There's sets of 10, which are the smaller concoctions, the smaller ones, in 10. And then we have a set of 10, and then a set of 8 are definitely the larger ones. So they range, and then it shows in them. They're from 3/4 of an inch to 1 1/4 inch to 1 1/4 to 2 1/4 inch. So we do have 2 different sizes of these antique bronze skeleton keys. And then we have a variety of hearts, which all this stuff will look really good in this kit. And this is just a hint of what, oh no, this is one of them. I take that back. This is one of them. This is the set of 14 hearts. They're very little. They are these itty bitty ones, right? Itty bitty. I mean, we're talking itty bitty, guys. Up to, I think this is like, these are the 2 biggest ones that they come in. You know, I don't know if I have a, I don't think I put a ruler on these. But I think this one is what? That's 2 centimeters, like 2 centimeters wide. But I think from here, the top of here to the bottom of here is 1 inch. So at most are 1 inch big, but down to these tiny little ones. So there's 14 of those, a couple sets of those, and then I have 2 sets, I think, of much larger ones. Again, where there's like a 2-inch piece down to a couple little ones. So there's a set of 10 of those, I think. So definitely look, because I just got a hold of these and had a weird set of stuff that came my way, and I went, well, I don't need all of those. Let me share them. So we put some stuff in the shop to see how everybody likes them. If you really love them, I will keep trying to get a hold of them and there'll always be a variety. You'll never know for sure if you got the same set or not. I try to find new ways to break them up. So, but that's just a hint of the new things that are in the shop. The clocks, the skeleton keys, the hearts. There's something else. I can't think of what it is right now. We already have the flowers, the roses, the silver flowers, and the leaves, the filigree leaves. So those are fun. So, okay, last but not least, and then I'll let you guys go. We will tip it into here, but we're not going to glue anything down because we're going to open a panel here, then glue it down, and then panel that. So, but we only need, we want to be able to see this after all the concoction that we did. We want to see it, but not, just about. I don't need to do too much. So we just need to fold this in a little bit, and that'll give me an idea of where to stop the fold. Really, I folded it right up to here, so I know that this needs to glue down to the inside flap here. Let's see if we can do this. We're gonna flip that down, and then we're gonna put some glue here. I'll wipe off whatever I don't need. And we're gonna put that there and make sure it's level or as even as possible. There we go. We're gonna stick that down, just wipe off whatever I don't need. So that starts our process. So I know, yeah, and luckily we're not opening it that way, duh. So we're just gonna do that. It sits here. This is all flat. It just opens this way so that you have easier chance of pulling this out, and then you pull out, of course, whatever goes in here. A lot of reinforcing, huh? Ugh. Get all that sort of in place. So yeah, once we have our back panel, then I can glue down. That's a really big panel. Maybe not. So with this one, because it's not opening, I think we're going to almost do a full panel here, and we could put a little lace here on the edge. We can actually do some lace here. So let me write a little note to say lace, because I don't think there's really no point. We want lace here on this edge. We want to tuck lace in. Really, let's do lace on the edge. It's a great place to put some lace. Just enough, just a little bit. One of my smaller laces right here. So that it's on the edge of the page, and the book. It's on the edge of the book anyway. So normally when you want to put lace on the spine and things like that. So we'll do a little lace here, and that'll be pretty. Okay, so let's do lace. So with that in mind, and this is going to be a whole panel, I could glue all this down. Let me just edge this really well. Let's do some really good inking here, because we want to, actually I'm going to lighten that up quite a bit. I don't want to be able to see the word lace, maybe through there, but I can always do it some more. Okay, so there we go. Let's try that. We will definitely cover up a lot of the thing with one panel. I'm like going, no, we don't really have any panel to show, so why would we waste that? Like, no. That gives us an opportunity for lace, so I'm loving that. So yeah, let's just glue that down, and that way it's just a full panel that gets here, and we cover up here, and cover here. So, voila, that makes it easy, right? I love how it progresses. You just have to look and see, and where it takes you along the way. But yeah, a little bit of that to where, tuning it up a little bit, so let's remove some of this. I do want to be able to tuck that lace in there, because this is, it doesn't move, but I'd rather almost get the lace underneath it than, I'd rather go underneath it, tuck it underneath than putting it on top. So I can always glue it back down later, but right now we need to be able to tuck it. So let's do that. All right, this is all tucked, this is all glued, all its messes. So panel, strip of paper, panel, strip of paper, so we can see the gold. I know a lot of folds in there, but that's okay. It's still pretty. We're going to have journal cards that are going to cover a lot of that. So, and then we have a pocket in here. We have our pocket up here. We have our flap out here with a pocket here. And we have this open with a pocket over here. And a nice large panel that if I wanted to, to do a writing space, we could make a little notepad, cover it with sort of neutral, and then put a notepad here. So that has a little bit of writing space. Everything else is tucked in. And then when you open up the whole journal, of course, we have a full journal inside. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I'll let you go this Saturday morning. We have started the base to our fabric cover journal. Nice large everyday writing journal ready for any adventure that comes your way. And let's see what else. I don't think much else. I just, because I showed off the, it's getting stuck. I'm all, it's getting stuck. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming along, watching me hem and haw and work on this, getting the, the whatever out of the way so we can figure out exactly what we want to do. I'm going to post this here so I know that it's going to get glued on top. So yeah, this flip out has not just a pocket here, but it's going to have a dual pocket, one in the back, one inside. So we'll cover up all those flaps. Yeah, a lot of flipping, flopping, and tucking, however we see fit. Yeah, I love it. Especially if we put a little notepad in there. Yeah. And then all of that goes right on top of the cover that opens up and has maybe a 2 signature large, naked journal in it. So, okay, I'm done. Head's fried. Love you all. Hopefully you'll go take a look at all the new things that are in the shop. Including things that have been there, but these are the new coin envelopes, 3 sizes that are in the shop. We have a number of charms now, quite a number of charms now in the shop. We have new appliques in the shop. We still have some laces left over, always adding new ones there. We're about to, I think we're almost out of our green base. Our sage greens, we're just down to some border laces. So I may have to go find some more green. You guys really seem to like the sage green, minty green colors. So I may have to go look for some more of those. We have some vintage vines and doilies and linens that make for great covers. But we will get this prepped and I'll start picking what pages we think we're going to want to cover all these panels with and get that sort of organized for you guys, so it won't be such a long process. But I do love you all. Hope you all do very well this weekend. Have fun, productive, relaxing, whatever you need it to be. I really appreciate coming along and watching, and I really hope that it, inspires you to just grab your set of whatever, whatever junk mail, imitation, random bases, and do a stackable with me. Let's do something we stack up, and a stackable flip flop journal. Yeah, or flip out. I don't know. Stackable envelopes that flip and flop in and out to make a nice large topper to a nice natural naked journal. So there we go. I sort of named it, I think, maybe, possibly. Love you all very much, and I will see you guys later this week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.